So my guest is officially here. So I'm going to start. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Mentorship Corner. My name is Nomthandazo Sibia, and I'm officially a 25-year-old, which is why we're having today's interview. So last year I did a video tag. It was almost like a get to know me better video, and I did 24 questions at 24. And then this year I wanted to do 25 questions at 25, but I decided maybe let's make it 10. So, and then one of my friends decided he was going to do a channel takeover and actually host the interview. So I'm still going to have it on my channel, but I'm not going to be asking myself the questions like I did the last time. He's going to be doing all the asking and I'll just be answering, and we'll be having a conversation. So yeah, before we start, let me just wait for him to join in on the live, and then we will officially start. So just a few minutes. So he's going to be joining us in just a bit. Okay. Just that. Okay. Hello. Yeah, okay, so the internet doesn't seem to be good and doesn't seem to be on our side at the moment. Okay, I think it's fine now. I think it's fine. Okay, let me just adjust my camera and then just so that my full face is actually showing. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys. Okay. So I think before we start, I've already introduced myself. And I also did a quick brief introduction of you. Yeah, I just told them your name. So introduce yourself officially, and then we can start.
Network is very bad by my side and goes on the right.
Yes, I mean, I do a quick introduction of you, basically. Who's doing my interview.
Okay, igama lami nguThamsanqa Ngesibonga Ngwabuthelezi. Actually, I'm a #1 fan of the mentorship corner. Khona nje kubalekile okungilethe ngaze ngafika la.
Yes, true. Okay. I think before we start, let me just specify, Wuti, I did do a Q&A poll where I took my questions from you guys, and then Utami also populated my questions which he's going to be including in the interview.
All right. Guys are
okay. Yeah, but yeah, I think you can start.
Okay. Miningana-ke le mibuzo le, kodwa-ke I'm gonna try my level best ukuthi angazi noma ikhona language barriers I use isiZulu more noma actually speak English.
I think it doesn't really matter. Try to mix both, just in case there's someone who's going to watch the interview later on, let's say later on in the year or in a few months, and I must understand the Zulu because I don't have my subtitles.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. It's definitely those are my mix. All right. So anyway, it goes the first question ever. I think ngizoyifunda yonke ukuthi try to limit the time, and then emva lokho what you can uzobe senginika isikhathi ukuthi uphendule kunjani lokho. Mhlawumbe ngikufundela umbuzo wonke
then uphendule. I forget. Okay,
no,
yes,
that's perfect. All right. Okay, fine. So the first question abayibuzile, it's what are the challenges that you have faced and overcame, but yet deep down by yourself, you never really thought you could really overcome them?
I think for that one, it would be, I actually had to think deep for that because I didn't have it initially, didn't have the answer. But for me, it would be living with a heart condition. I think, in high school, I used to get sick a lot because I had a heart condition from a very, very young age. And honestly speaking, I never thought, Ruti, I would wake up one day and actually not have to run to the hospital and stuff like that and still live a healthy, normal life. I don't think my life is normal, but it was such a challenge, and it affected me so much emotionally, mentally, as well as physically, that I was at a point where in my high school years that I even thought, you know what, why should I even study? Because like I'm dying anyways. But I realized, Wuti, at some point it did get better. I did overcome it. I still do get the pains and whatever, but it's not as bad as it used to be. And honestly, for me, in my world, in my opinion, I have overcome it because it was a lot. And I think of everything, that's like the main thing that I never thought I would ever overcome in my life, but I have. And I'm here today.
Okay. Sikuzwe kahle. Anyway, ngiyakubongela having those kind of illnesses whatsoever. Yazi kwabaningi abahlukumeza nje. Ngikhumbula omunye wabangani bami who's going to be joining live. So lento esho la ngicabanga ukuthi izomsiza kakhulu because it's actually going through what you're going through. By the way, okay.
Yeah.
The second question is, as an optometrist, what has been the highlights of your journey?
Sure. I think the one thing that I've learned a lot about being in optometry is learning more about myself, because you're exposed to a lot of things. So I've worked in a public practice. I have worked as a graduate under an organization. I am currently working in a private practice in a mall. So it's like different working environments. You're seeing different types of people who are also in different stages in their lives and who fall under different, economical classes in our country and in the world. And I think the one thing that has been the highest highlight for me was learning more about myself. I know it has nothing to do with optometry, but for me, the highest highlight being in optometry is learning more about myself, learning to be more patient, learning to be more kind, learning to be more understanding, and learning to communicate better and to communicate, in an understanding and in a kind manner to my people. And I think, and like in terms of my career, the biggest highlight was getting out of my comfort zone, because ever since they teach us how to fit little lenses, but I had never really done it in a practice type of setting. And for me, that was like mind blowing to be able to do that.
Wow. I'm optometric because as far as I know, with patients, like you always been straight, but it's because you're saying now you've been understanding all sort of things. So okay, the third one, mudeke lo, ngawuthi ucabanga nje impela, kodwa ngizofunda. Uhlukene I think like 3 stages. So in order to save time, ngizofunda wonke ngwenza into eyodwa, and then once uyasiza uzosiphendula wena. I'm really looking forward for this one. So the first one, are you obsessed with power?
Okay.
If you know that they say too much of something is not good. So are you obsessed with power?
Your connection, my friend.
I know.
Okay, ask the question again.
Also, the question was, are you obsessed with power? As you know that too much of something is not good. So are you obsessed?
No, finish it.
And if
so
yes,
they understand what the person meant.
Okay. If yes, how much is your obsession? Is it just small or way too much By means of power, we're referring to like being independent, not dependent of anything, including having a control of your brain and your emotions.
Okay, this is very deep. But
It is.
I think to a certain extent, I am. If there's anyone on the live who actually knows me, they know that I'm a control freak. So I love being in control. First, I am an independent woman. I love knowing what I can do any and everything for myself. But there are certain situations where I understand Wuti, I can't really do this, and I have to accept getting help from someone else. But I will say, Wuti, sometimes it's not as easy as it may seem, because as an independent someone, you always want to be able to do things for yourself without having to worry about going to the next person and asking for help. And then there's the party control. I'm like, if there's anyone who knows me, I'm almost like a control freak. I plan everything, I organize everything. I'll plan my month at the beginning of the month or 2 months before. And by the time we figure alone, you're telling me, okay, we do lunch on Saturday. I'm like, I'm booked for that Saturday. I'm doing this and this and this because I just like order and I love being in control. And then I think they asked something about if do I think if it would impact my life in a certain way?
Yeah.
I think to a certain extent it may, because I think you also know me now, where Uguti, I will only come to you if it's the last resort to come to you. I won't just see a problem and say, okay, fine. Yes, I won't see a problem and say, oh, okay, fine, let me call this person to try and solve the problem. I will try and find a solution first before I actually start reaching out to people. So I think to a certain extent, it can impact negatively to my relationships and my friendships in life in general, because people may just feel good somebody rebel. Whereas I do need you guys, but with TJ, I just need you for like certain things, not for everything. So I think, that answers everything. So I am, but not a lot, to a certain extent. And I think the key thing, the main thing that makes me not too obsessed is that I understand Uguti, there is a God out there, and I understand Uguti, he's more in control than I am. So I can't, even if I wanted to, control everything, because I need to leave room for him to do his work as well.
Okay, that's perfect. So the fourth one, why did you open up your YouTube channel, like Mentorship Con? Why? Can you give us details on that one? We wanna know.
This is how it started. Okay, this is how it started. I finished school in 2018 and I started working in 2019. When I started work, I knew nothing about my workspace. I did know a few optometrists, but I didn't have that sort of guidance into the optometry space, that guidance in terms of, okay, fine, if I want to get an apartment, how do I go about doing that? If I want to buy a car, how do I go about doing that? If I need to go sign a contract for work, what other things are mailing is big, which would benefit me overall. So that's how it started. I was like, you know what? There's probably other people out there who are just as confused as I am, who just need a little bit of guidance. It doesn't have to be too deep, but as long as I understand this is what's needed about the basics and it covers that, then they should be good. And that's how it started. And then I think you guys noticed I first started off sharing my personal life, and then I realized that's not really what I want to be doing. I actually want to share educational videos and educational information that would actually help grow and groom people to be better. And that's when the Mentorship Corner actually came about. And obviously it's with help from people like yourself that I mentor, and my mentors as well, who were giving me a direction for it to actually be where it is now.
Oh, okay, that's lovely. Say grateful to be part of it. Like, I've learned a lot. My past interviews and Mentorship Corner, they're really helpful. Okay, I think that the fifth one is how would you react if something wasn't done your way? Like, for example, if you plan a trip or something, and then someone would just call and cancel, and then say postpone. Okay, it's next week.
I
How would
freak
you react?
out.
Like,
I
yeah,
freak
most
out.
being England, local,
I call
since
my
you are
parents,
so
guys.
much.
Literally, there's no reacting, guys. I call my parents and I cry and I panic and they calm me down, and then we sit as a family and we come up with a solution. Honestly, I really freak out and I really panic. I literally, if you ask my parents, they will tell you if things don't go my way, I call them, I be crying, I literally freak out. I call them Nkala, complaining and all things like that. And then shame, they've learned to calm me down. So then they calm me down and they sit down and they come up with a solution, and then we just discuss that, and then okay, fine, I calm down, and then we move on. I don't like things not going my way. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I do not.
So, yeah, there is so much of being obsessed. You always been like that. Lela bengilindele ngamehla bovu.
I can't, Jim. I can't, guys. Okay. I can't. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah. So as well as the host and as well as the host, you've been hosting Mentorship Corner, and then asking a lot of questions about abaningi. So nami ngiyacabanga nje to pile my own questions, like into engifisa ukubuza zona. Ngicabanga ukuthi engasiza someone who's watching the live and whatsoever.
This is me breathing in and out, trying to prepare. Okay.
Okay. They are not that hard. Imbuzo nje is simple and very straightforward.
Got you.
Okay, the first one, ngizwile ukuthi, okay, you mentioned something about okay, what is this? Okay. So you're in optometry, and then also you have a business, sideline business called Miss Bakeries, right?
Yes.
And also you have a channel, a YouTube channel, Mentorship Corner. So yes. What motivates you really to work so much hard? Like, how do you do it?
I think the first thing that's like my priority is my family. I have a gran, which everyone knows about. She is turning 82 years old this year, and I literally wake up every day because she exists. And it literally is like one of the top reason why I wake up every day and I push as hard as I do. And then the second thing is I want a nice life, guys. And a nice life is not easy. It's not. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And I understand that. No, ngifuna ukuya konke. No. Ngifuna ukuya Manhattan, nase Paris, nase Dubai, nase Greece, nase Ireland. I want to have a private jet, you know. I mean, I understand all these things don't come easy, and I am not scared to work for it. So that's why I wake up every day and I grind and I push. And I think another thing is I believe in living in purpose. So every day I wake up searching for things that come together and align and build my purpose, so that I know whatever I do in each day, I pour out and I am of service basically to my community and the people around me. So there's also that. But the main thing, honestly, guys, it's my grand.
Awesome. Siyakubongela. It seems like usenenhlahla. Okay, the second one. Okay, we're into business world. Uyasebenza. Also, we have a YouTube channel. Like, what do you wanna know? Would see how do you like manage your time? Like, yourself, your friend, your daughter, and then your optometrist and everything. How do you manage yourself?
Get busy, guys. You don't get busy.
Busy.
Get busy, guys. Honestly, I plan, everything. I plan everything. I literally have a monthly planner, a year planner, a weekly planner, a daily planner. Every day in the morning I wake up, I look at my calendar and I'm like, okay, fine, what are we supposed to do today? And then I will write on a to-do list to make sure then everything else will follow. and I make time for important things. So I'll make time for work. I will make time for studying. Should I be like deciding to study anything? I'll make time for reading. I will make time for my friends. I will make time for my family. So I plan, and two, I try to balance my life. So I don't put too much of my time into just work. I also understand that resting is important, and being with people that I love and care for is also important. And I also understand that nursing my hobbies is also important. So it's plan, and try to balance things out so that you don't get burnt out. At the end of the day, you need to still be happy every day.
Okay, that's nice. Actually, you remembered some of the quotes. Actually, planning is like failing to plan is like planning to fail. Like exactly,
Planning to
without a
fail.
proper plan in life,
Exactly.
exactly, you
Exactly,
never make it.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly. It reminds me of my favorite quote. It says, opportunities where preparation meets luck. And it's basically that if you plan your life and you actually prepare and stay ready for anything and everything, you will be able to see stuff that happen in your life as opportunities because you are prepared for it. You are ready to receive it. So if you don't plan, you're planning to fail, which means everything is you're going to see it as bad luck. You're going to see it as people hating you. You're not going to see it as growth. You're not going to see it as an opportunity.
Okay, I'm taking that one. Opportunity is something. I hope you send me via inbox. I'm taking that one.
I will.
Okay.
I will, definitely.
When you spoon, when you was a woman of your caliber, like you are. What can I say? You are smart. You're an intellectual. Why optometry, not engineering, not whatsoever, not politics whatsoever?
Honestly, if I'm being honest, I wanted to do engineering because I'm a technical thinker naturally, and I was groomed to be one in high school. But for some odd reason, I couldn't get into engineering, guys. I couldn't. I think that's why I'm currently doing stuff on the side that's actually feeding the geek and the nerd in me to make sure that spirit is still there. But optometry has its technical parts. It's not a lot, but it does have its technical parts, which still keep me entertained. But I think it satisfies a very big part of my personality because I'm very much of a people's person. I'm very much of a giver. I'm very much of like a taking care of people type of person. So I think it feeds into that, which is why it fits well with my personality as well.
Okay. All right. I think that's the first one. What do you value the most and why?
Time. I value time. I've learned to value time over time. And I wasn't trying to rhyme, but I've learned, and she's turning 82, and every day you realize Uguti, you are getting older, people around you are getting older, people you know are dying, people you know are sick, people you know are falling into a depression. And when you're out here still alive and you're out here given the opportunity to do better with your life, why would you want to waste it? It's taught me to be present in everything I do. Everything I do, even if I'm at work. When I'm at work, I will put my phone on silent so that I am present. If I'm going to go out on lunch with a friend, I will put my phone on silent and I will be present. It's taught me to value people around me. It taught me to value the time that I have with them. It taught me to value the relationships that I have around me, and taught me to value the time that I share with the people in the relationships. And I think the most important thing that I've learned with respecting time, understanding Nguti, you only have a given time on this earth. Use it. Be present. Enjoy every moment. There's another quote in Itandayo, Eti, success is a journey. So if you don't enjoy the journey, you won't even enjoy it most of figure at the destination. So enjoy the journey to whatever you're doing. If you are, for example, I sell cupcakes because I love baking and because it gives me money. So I must enjoy the journey. You should see me baking. I will play music. I will dance. I will be joyous. I'll be happy because it's my passion and I love it. And I'll be present. But the same thing applies to when I'm delivering it to the customer. I will deliver it with love and happiness, and I will receive the money with love and happiness. So be present. That's literally what it's taught me, to be present in every moment that I'm granted with. Yes.
Okay.
So time.
This one. Ngiyacabanga la, we've heard so many amazing things about yourself, but ngifuna ukwazi nje ukuthi if you were given a chance to change one thing about yourself, what it could be?
Nothing.
Wow. Okay.
I love myself, guys. Yo, I can't stress that enough. I really love myself. I love me for who I am and how I am, and I've accepted a lot of things about myself, and some of them are not pretty. But I think given an opportunity to change one thing about me, I would change my perfectionist personality. I'm such a perfectionist that's why when things don't work out my way, I panic and I call my parents, because I want things to work out. I want things to work out the way that I want them to work out. I think if there's one thing, it would probably be that, to just, I don't know, get rid of it or like tone it down, because I still want things to be good, but just tone it down, so that I don't freak out so much if it doesn't work out, and so that I'm not so when things don't go the way that I want them to go, and allow things to flow the way they're meant to flow. Yeah, I think that's the one thing I would change. Yeah, but Nakona, I don't think I'd change it. I think I'd tone it down.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little, yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. So another one. What is your favorite memory of yourself? One thing that you never forget about your life.
So fun. It's so funny, but my favorite memory of myself is playing in the rain. It's like dancing in the rain.
Okay.
So let me tell you a short story. But let me tell you why.
Okay.
I think I was doing my second year or third year in varsity, and it was raining. And there's a friend of mine called Lilita, and she phoned me. She's like, "Mgani, it's raining. Let's go walk in the rain." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fine." I'm like, "Okay, I've got nothing to lose." So, comfort, warmth, dryness, and we walked in the rain. We started walking and running in the rain, and we actually sat at a bench in the rain, and we had a full-on conversation. Ne? People are running around, we put my umbrella. It's like it's pouring. Ne? We're chilling outside in the rain and having a very nice conversation. And in that moment, I actually realized, that's how we should be with our lives. You should be able to go on with your life regardless of who's abantu bathini. I'm sure abantu who were watching us were like, what the hell is wrong with these two? But Tina, we were not bothered. We were just in that moment having a joy, enjoying the rain, enjoying the conversation. Because I think we chilled for like about an hour or so. And then after that, we decided, okay, fine, we're done now. Let's walk to Ray's, and be warm and be in the dry space again. But I think it's in that moment that I realized that's actually how we should be living our lives. You should be living your life away from people's boundaries and away from abantu bazothini. Yes, and away from this thing of abantu bazothini, because we didn't care. We were just like, we're dancing in the rain, we're walking in the rain, and we're doing it for us. And what they think, that's between them and their brain. And I think that's one of my best, it's like my top one memory, honestly.
Okay.
It's like literally
since
like one of the best
ungazingeni nawe. Okay, since ungazingeni namandizi ngancamela kube khona ezinye indlela angikwazi nje weyinethi kodwa ke asifani singabantu.
Asfanani, Shem, asfanani.
Exactly. Last but not least, since you're someone that will strongly advocate for women, what could be your message? Since women of SA seem to be under the siege, so there's GBV all around, there's feminicide whatsoever. What could you say to women out there who's listening actually to this live? What could be your drive or message?
Okay, so I've got two things. You just reminded me something because we spoke about the GBV. First is, if you are in a relationship with someone who's abusive, learn to love yourself enough to walk away. I think that's the first thing. And understand, Wuti, being abused, you didn't cause that. It's no one deserves to be abused. So you don't deserve it, one. And you are not the reason, like you didn't cause it. So don't feel like you deserved it because you did 1, 2, and 3. Don't justify it. It was wrong. You didn't cause it. And you don't deserve it. That's the first thing. So seek therapy if you have to, if you feel you need to, but love yourself enough to walk away. That's what I want to say about the GBV situation and women being killed and stuff. I just want to say, if you are in a situation where we are born with this is actually not working out, this is not healthy, this is bad, love yourself enough to just walk away from it. And I think I'm going to say that in any sphere of your life, learn to understand when you're not needed and walk away. And then the next thing I want to say to women is that no one owes you anything. Ne? If you want to take a trip to Dubai, no guy owes you that. They don't. They can do it for you if they want. But if you want fees to go study overseas, your parents don't owe you that. They owe you nothing. They owe you nothing. Okay. I'm being honest. I'm being absolutely honest. Yeah, like no one owes you anything. If you can study and work hard enough, you can get a bursary. If they can't afford to take you to school, they don't owe you that. They did try to provide a shelter for you. They provided food for you. You have clothes. So work hard for yourself to get to where you want to go. Is basically the highlight of what I'm saying. No one owes you anything. Your friends don't owe you anything. Your partner doesn't owe you anything. Your teacher in school doesn't owe you anything. Your lecturer owes you nothing. Your business partner doesn't owe you anything. The investor sitting there watching you pitch, they don't owe you anything. You owe yourself everything. But you have to work for it. True. You have to earn it. Human relationships, earn that trust, earn that love. And then obviously be that person to give it. And I think in closing of that, I want to say to everyone, really, be the change you want to see in the world. Because you can't sit around and say, oh no. I was actually making an example. I was like, you can't sit around and say someone has to come and clean it for you. You have to do it yourself. So be that change. Yeah, if you want to see people stopping GBV and you feel like if we speak about it a lot, it's actually going to help educate people, be that person to educate. If we are born ingane zesikoleni sangakini azophasa kahle matric and in maths and physics, be that tutor, that free tutor. I come back. I do apologize first, Wuti. We just lost the connection, but because we're in different provinces, we were having just technical issues throughout the live. But what I want to say is just thank you for joining in to those who were able to join in. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. If you do have any other questions you would like me to tackle about myself and my journey, you are more than welcome to leave them on the description box on my YouTube channel. I love you guys absolutely a lot. I think the quote I was just discussing with Tammy before we got cut off the call was that be the change you want to see in the world. So if you feel like get a group of friends and just start up like a weird, like one time or like once in a month type charity work where you guys take my bin bags and actually go and pick up the garbage to make sure your town is clean, because if you don't do it, no one else will do it. So that's it from me and from my birthday edition. Basically, I hope that my journey will basically help someone somewhere in their life journey, and that it will help grow someone somewhere in their life journey. I love you guys absolutely a lot, and it is goodbye from me. The video will be up on my YouTube channel. It's called The Mentorship Corner. I love you guys.